are going to explain our circuit diagram. We have TVAC board, L2989H bridge, DC motor, variable resistor switch and resistor of 10K, power supply 10 volt, external source to drive the DC motor. To start with the pins of the L2989 driver, there are 3 ports. Middle one is grounded, right one is 12 volt and the other is of 5 volt. 12 volt is connected to the 10 volt external power supply source. We use enable A pin instead of enable B pin, and the output 1 and 2 is connected to the DC motor. We send pulse width modulation to the enable A pin to enable it. Enable A pin is connected to the PF1 of the launch pad. There are 2 input pins, input 1 and input 2. These are to control the direction of the DC motor. When input 1 is high and input 2 is low, the motor start in forward direction. When input 1 is 0 and input 2 is high, motor start in inverse direction. Input 1 is connected to PD1, input 2 is connected to PD2. We have one switch also. One side of switch is connected to the 10K resistor and the other one is connected to the 3.3 volt of the launch pad. PD3 is getting information of the direction of the DC motor and is connected between the switch and the 10K resistor. We have also one variable resistor, one side of it connected to the 3.3 volt and the other one is grounded, and the middle one is connected to PD0 of the launch pad. Now we have seen all the connections. Now look. Now we are looking at our code. First we define the ports. PD1 is input 1, PD2 is input 2, PD3 is button we use. First we initialize it. We use the debouncing of the switch in setup. First we write input 1 low, input 2 high, motor starts in reverse direction. In main loop we use analog read to read variable resistor, it's PD0. Then we do mapping. The value must be in range of 0 to 255. Then we send pulse width modulation to enable pin. Then we write statements for debouncing the switch. If we push switch and statement is true, motor rotates. Then we write a while loop. If it is true, it takes delay. Now we change the direction. Input 1 is high, input 2 is low. Now motor moves in forward direction. Now let's upload it to microcontroller and see the proper working demonstration of the
motor. As you can see, we have DC motor, motor driver L298 and one switch and one variable resistor here, and we have launch pad TVAC which has Cortex M4 microcontroller. When you turn on the microcontroller, you can control the DC motor, and by pressing the switch button you can control its direction. Now you can see the practical demonstration of DC motor. By pressing the variable resistor, by turning the variable resistor, you can see we can control the speed of the DC motor. And by pressing the button, you can see now the motor is moving counterclockwise, and we will now press the button again. Now you can see it is moving anti-clockwise. We can also measure the speed of DC motor by using tachometer, but our university is now closed due to COVID-19, and the tachometer is too expensive for us to buy. That's why we can't use tachometer now. That's it. Thank you.
We are checking the lab codes, the 4 lab tasks. Let's discuss the codes. This is the code. First, we are defining macros. In main function, we are first enabling interrupts for sysdig timer. Define in the startup file. There are two types of interrupts: enable and disable interrupts. Secondly, we have UART enable function. In it, we are firstly enabling clock for UART 0 and enabling clock for corresponding pins of the port A for UART 0. First, we set UART 0 integer part is taken as 104 and the floating point is multiplied by 64 according to a formula. After UART, we have ports initialization. We enable clock for port F using we are using in the code, unlocking port F then and configuring pins of port F, PF1, PF2, PF3 for blinking LED. After ports initialization, we have sysdig timer initialization. We are making control register 0, then we are setting reload, then reload register, then current register is given 0 and control register is again set by sysdig timer, clock enable and source clock. We have two more functions: UART printf function to print string on serial monitor. In this function we do check the TX register. If it is 1, UART is busy, and if it is 0, we send information. Then we have UART printf number function. It is basically convert numbers to the corresponding characters. Here we again check the TX register. If it is 1, UART busy, and if it is 0, we send the data.